Welcome, everyone. Here you are, and here we are. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles, and we are ready to review another album. This one is my choice. It's Bauhaus from 1983, and Burning from the Inside. It was their final album, right? For like a long, I mean, they put out one in like 2000 bullshit. But
yeah, it was their final for 25 years.
Yeah, this is basically their final album. So yeah, we'll be talking about this. Do we love it? Do we not like it? Are we indifferent? You're about to find out. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fitton, along with Mike from Hub Tunes, Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora, and ladies and gentlemen, the man that instead of Bauhaus prefers Roman revival. It's Richard from Calvin Wazoo.
Roman revival.
It's a different type of architectural style other than Bauhaus.
Yeah. I got the decoupage.
Okay.
I guess I go first with this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Burning from the Inside. I have never listened to Bauhaus. This is what I like about a lot of these albums that we review. A lot of times it's the first time I ever listened to anything by this band, and it's often, a band that either, all of you have heard before or a lot of other people have heard before. I'm just late to the game. And Bauhaus is a band I've heard a lot about, but I've never listened to anything. And yeah, so this is like their last album. And so it was kind of a weird way to get introduced to them. But the whole atmosphere of the album, you can hear that this is an album from the 80s, 1983. It comes through, but it doesn't sound like it's trapped in that time. It has, to me, it has a staying power and a feel and a texture to it that is listenable today just as much as perhaps as it was then. I did not realize they are considered the godfathers of goth or something like that. So it was interesting. Really, the first listen to is, it's been a while since we've recorded something, so I had a lot of time to listen to this, and I listened to it a lot. This is probably an album of all the ones that we've listened to, I've listened to the most. And I really, really like this album, and I like what's going on with it. Starting off with Cheese and Parties, it's so just dark and sensual. Although the outro to me is a little bit too long. I think they could have trimmed that down a little bit, maybe. I don't know. And I love the Antonin Artaud. I wrote down that it was like a great whirling dervish. It was kind of a dance tune. It just kind of, made me want to move around to it. And even that 21 second little interlude, Wasp, I like that, although it sounded more like a drunk mosquito to me than a wasp. But all the songs here, I mean, King Volcano has got this lovely folk style to it, and then the vocals slowly come through. You don't hear them at the beginning. The first listen, I thought it was an instrumental again. But no, the vocals finally start coming through, and then they fade out. Who Killed Mr. Moonlight? It started off with that spoken word, which I kind of liked, but it also made it sort of art house kind of to it. But then, they did bring in a melody in there with some singing against this piano. It still felt like performance art, but it's still, I really liked it. I still really enjoyed it. And then I did some reading on it, and apparently it was inspired, but not necessarily about John Lennon's murder. But the thought of Lennon being shot kind of prompted that. And Mr. Moonlight is a Beatles song that they did on Beatles for Sale, which was a cover. Somebody else either wrote it for them or it was a song that was already out there, and then they covered. The other, I didn't write much down for some of the other songs, but Kingdom's Coming. I just loved the atmosphere of that song, especially with the guitar playing, which I believe on that one, even after I've listened to this so many times, I'm trying to remember, was that mostly acoustic or if it was mostly electric guitar? But the guitar was just really, really good with that. The title song, it's got, and I looked up the dates too. All right. So this was July 1983. So this was after David Bowie's Let's Dance, which was earlier in the year. And the guitar breaks in this song reminded me so much of the guitar riffs that you hear in Let's Dance, especially the ones that are done by Stevie Ray Vaughan. But it's still, I didn't think it was, I don't think it's necessarily reductive. But that's what it reminded me of. To me, it was very, very similar. This was another one though, where it does, in the end of the song, I felt like it carried on for a little bit too long and just kind of overstayed its welcome, I thought, in the fade out. And then the last song though was a welcome change, Hope. To me, it was just a brighter musical atmosphere that made it a really, really good closer. It just kind of brought the album together in a really good way, I think, because of so many of the other songs they are so dark and foreboding and at times kind of sinister in their sound. But I like all that. I thought this was really, really good. I will give it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give it 4.5 rainbows.
All right, very nice. So we'll see now what Mike from Hubtune thinks of Bauhaus and Burning from the Inside.
Yeah. I love this record. I also listened to this probably because I haven't played this in a long time. And it just brought back great memories of, being a kid in high school and stuff. And then, yeah, it's so damn good. I listened to this. I probably one of the most that I've listened to of all the records we've reviewed. It's a perfect album. I absolutely adore this record. I think it even gets stronger as the record goes on. She's in Parties. That was the single, I think, right? It's okay. It's a good song. It's, but it just, by the time you get to King Volcano and Who Killed Mr. Moonlight, I absolutely love that song. Absolutely love that song. For a long time, it was my favorite song on the record, actually. But Slice of Life, the second side is awesome. Slice of Life, Honeymoon Croon, Kingdom's Coming, the Burning from the Inside, and then Hope is probably, I think Hope might be my favorite song on the record now. It's just the perfect way to end it. It's I've always adored this record, and it took this to all these years later to pull it out and start listening to it to realize how damn good this record is. And all 4 of their first records are great. This honestly might be my favorite of the early stuff. I absolutely love it. It's I don't know what else to say. I just love the different. It goes in so many different directions, and it's not just a goth album. It's got a lot of heart to it, and it's not. I don't think it's as dark as. There's some dark, but I just love how it goes in so many different directions, and it's got so many moods on it, really. And I don't do this often, but 5 rainbows. I love this record. Forgot about it. Thank you for suggesting it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's great, man.
All right, we're doing really well with the Bauhaus, but it's Craig's turn now, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, and Craig is just gonna crap all over it. No, he's not. But they're for a long time, 4th final. Peter Murphy was sick most of it, so he wasn't actually there through most of the recording. And David J does the vocals on Who Killed Mr. Moonlight, and Daniel Ash does the vocals on Slice of Life. There was something else I was going to say, but now I forgot. That was some of my research, but they kind of wrote most of the songs without him. She's in part. That's in that documentary, isn't it? Isn't She's in Parties in that documentary? That one that I don't know. That also
I know I saw some articles saying it was about Marilyn Monroe, but I don't really think it is.
I don't know. I thought that was in a documentary, some big fancy punk rock documentary that's also a song title. But
is it All Tomorrow's Parties?
I don't know.
That's the name of a documentary. I think about the Velvet Underground, but
Velvet Underground.
No, I know it's something because I think it has like Joy.
Somebody in the comments put it.
Yes, let us know. Make yourself
Never
useful.
seen it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not in a documentary. Maybe I'm just making shit up. That's a good song because She's in Parties. It's in the can. I can't say the second song, Wasp is really good with its 20 seconds.
Wow.
I like Slice of Life a lot. The Honeymoon Croon is really good. Yes. And Hope is a good closer. It's just the same lyrics over and over again, the same two sentences over and over and over again. It takes like a minute and a half to get to the lyrics, and it's only like a 2.5 minute song, but it's so good. First full, I mean, I've at least heard Bauhaus, but I haven't heard a full album. But I know a lot of the singles. Of course, I'm more familiar with Peter Murphy stuff, and of course the Love and Rockets, and even Tones on Tell, and even some of Daniel's solo stuff too. But yeah, first full length album I heard of theirs, and I'm probably gonna get it, so because it's really great. So 4.5 rainbows from me.
All right, same for me. I had never heard a Bauhaus album before. I was doing which I'm continuing to do, my 1983 deep dive on my own channel, and that's why I heard this. Otherwise, I don't know when I would have ever experienced this. Bauhaus to me was always Bela Lugosi's Dead, and the video for that, and then the part in the movie The Hunger, where that video came from. That's how I first knew them. I might have heard a couple of other songs. I might have heard She's in Parties a couple of times. And Peter Murphy's Holy Smoke CD. I got that when it was new. And everybody was talking about, this is the guy from Bauhaus. This is the Goth King. Oh my God, Bela Lugosi's dead. You know that song? Well, he's got a solo album now, blah, blah, blah. And I got that CD and I was completely disappointed in it. I reviewed that CD in my 1992 deep dive on my channel. So I was disappointed. So I never really investigated further into Bauhaus. And so, it's 1983. I'm trying to listen to as many 1983 albums as I can. And I checked this out and I was just like, this is one of the best albums of this whole thing, of all of 1983. Where have I been? And you guys have pretty much touched on everything, a lot of what I felt about it. She's in Parties is a great way to start. It's a single. It's very accessible. A lot of this music is accessible. When I thought of Bauhaus, I thought they were going to be more like weird. The Bela Lugosi is like 9 minutes long, and it just keeps chanting, undead, and the noises and stuff. This is really well crafted music, and there's nothing on here that's 9.5 minutes long. But I love the ending of She's in Parties, where the music keeps reducing and instruments keep falling away until there's nothing but the bass and the drums, and then I think it's just the bass, which actually reveals the bass as being sort of almost reggae-ish. But I love that. The second track on here, as it goes into that manic, what is it, Antonin Artaud, goes into that manic ending on there where it just, it's so... And then, like everybody's saying, the little 20-second interlude Wasp is even great. I was going to mention that too. Like, even the little interlude is a great part of the album. After that, it's King Volcano, which it's got that 3/4 time kind of Baroque psych quality to it, a little bit of folkiness going on in that. Who Killed Mr. Moonlight? I didn't read a lot about the particular songs on here, so I didn't realize that was, I guess, inspired by John Lennon, like Richard said. I didn't even know that. But Mr. Moonlight, I was thinking it was I didn't know if that was a Beatles reference or not. Mr. Moonlight, as obscure of a Beatles song as that is, and there is no obscure Beatles song, but if you had to rank them on popularity, that would be, I think, lowest, one of the lower ones on the list. That's actually the first Beatles song I ever sort of owned, because when I first started listening to when I first discovered the Beatles, it was through their cartoon that used to come on, that Beatles cartoon. And once I watched a few episodes, I'm like, I really like this. And I started recording on a cassette off the TV. And it just so happens that Mr. Moonlight was the first song I ever recorded from the Beatles. And I had this little cassette, and I would play it all the time before I started getting their records. And Mr. Moonlight was like track one. So it's just amazing that they would want to do something inspired by John, and they would use Mr. Moonlight, which, like Richard said, isn't even really a Beatles song. It's a cover song. But that, morose piano in there, it's beautiful, and it's only kind of marred a little bit by that unnecessary saxophone. But Slice of Life is another beautiful one. Light on percussion, just kind of flowing with another great bass line in that. And then it goes right into something more aggressive with Honeymoon Croon. Just kind of this stomping kind of thing going on with that. And Burning from the Inside. I guess that is 9.5 minutes long. I lied. There is a 9.5 minute long song on here. Burning from the Inside, the title song, is probably one of my least favorite parts of the album. I do, like Richard said, I do think that goes on a little bit too long, but Hope more than makes up for it. Great ending to this. Just when you think, this is, like everybody's saying, this is a goth band, and the kings of goth, and, everything's going to be depressing and whatever, then you have this really melodic, but very easy on the ears, very accessible song with your mornings will be brighter, break the line, tear up the rules, make the most of a million times, just repeated over and over, like they're trying to will this, it's like something bad is going on and they're trying to will it to be good, they're just by repeating this mantra over and over again. It's really well done, and it's my favorite kind of album because every song on here sounds different. There are not two songs on here that sound similar.
Right.
And that's my favorite kind of album. Kind of like AC/DC's Back in Black, where every song has its complete own identity.
Oh, yes.
Completely different from
so different.
Yes. But kind of like the White Album. That's one of the reasons that's my top 5 albums, probably my favorite album of all time, is every single song on there sounds completely different from everything else. And this is like that as well. So I was listening to this and was just like 3 songs in, 4 songs. I'm like, man, this is great. Wow, this is better than great. This is excellent. Wow, this is amazing. And it just kept. And I when I was done listening to it for the first time, like months and months ago, whatever that was, I don't even know if I've uploaded the video where I review it yet. I don't think I have. But I was blown away, and I'm definitely going to pick this up at some point. I never see Bauhaus albums anywhere.
It's not very often.
No,
they've recently reissued this.
They've been reissued,
reissue P-issue. I want the original on A&M Records.
Luck.
Yeah. Well, there's always Discogs, or going back to Germany or something. But I will give this 4.5 rainbows.
Yeah, it's great.
Wow, does that make this our highest rated album?
No.
And Mike said that he had this when he was a kid.
Yeah, I had this right after high school. I probably got this when I got this when I was in college. I did drugs.
Well, college makes more sense because I think a lot of people discover Bauhaus when they're in college.
Well, I was in, I mean, I went to college in 86.
18 and a half.
Wow.
18 and a half for a total score.
Mm-hmm. We've had a 19. I don't remember what the 19. We've had a couple 19s.
I know that the Clash London Calling was really high.
Yeah.
But that's a super popular album, though. I mean, that's
Right.
You know, everybody knows how good that is. And I think Bob Seger Night Moves was
That was pretty high too.
up
Yeah.
there
A
too.
long time ago.
Again, a really popular album that everybody knows that album. So
I didn't know it.
That was
everybody
probably one
but
of our.
Craig knows that album.
That was probably one of our first or second records.
I think it was the very first one that I brought up. That
Yeah, I
it was
think
my
so.
choice. I think you know, 'cause
Maybe
you guys
yeah.
were trying to do all of these like, you know, alternative type whatever and obscure, and I was like, all right, let's reel it in. Bob Seger Night Moves.
And it's kick ass.
Oh, and you know, we thought that Village People was the only. They're not the only ones we've done a review of 2 albums.
Really?
What's the other one?
John Grant.
Oh, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because one you
Picked them both?
Yeah, you picked them both. So yeah, you picked them both. But
I think the one you just turned
the
around and grabbed
second
an
one
album.
you, 'cause
Oh,
you
I
didn't-
remember.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, so that's why we. That's
The
why
one where
we
he's
did
at the
another
table,
one.
whatever that is. That's the first one
That's
we did.
right,
And
yeah.
then I think
That was
Hello
my
Honey
first one.
Honey Bear or whatever that one's
Yeah,
called.
that's
Those are
right.
both great too.
Yeah.
So we've done someone twice who both albums were great, and then we've done a band or a group twice where one album got like all these 4 and 5 rainbows, and then the other album got like 1 and 2 rainbows.
Yeah, it was amazing. The second one was so much better. But,
Yeah, Renaissance.
it's
All
Renaissance.
right, so that's Bauhaus. Craig is up for what we're going to be listening to next.
We're gonna be listening to 1985's Dead or Alive Youthquake. Their second.
Oh my.
So we're
Mhm.
moving ahead 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ahead. Because I don't know. I just felt like I needed to give Pete some love.
That album actually was just re-released. Music on Vinyl did a reissue of that probably about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Oh,
So
they
it's,
did.
I don't know.
it's you know, relevant again. And
They've
also, if
done
anybody's
most of their
interested,
albums.
the Soft Boys album.
Yeah,
What's it called?
correct.
Something Moonlight?
Yeah,
Craig picked it up.
I just got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that just got reissued too. And it's in
Yeah.
stereo this time.
That needed it.
Unlike the mono reissue that came out a few years ago.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
boy,
Dead or
I
Alive,
miss seeing it,
Youthquake. I have not heard that one. I have Mad, Bad,
Mhm.
and Dangerous to Know. I've heard that one a few times, but I've never actually heard the whole Youthquake album. So we'll be interested to hear that one. That's coming up. We'll also do another year in review. I think we've revealed that that's 1990.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the tops and bottoms for that year coming up, and maybe some surprises as well. You just never know about these crazy
never
vinyl
can
community
tell.
guncles and what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Never can tell with the Guncles.
Yeah. So we are the Vinyl Community Guncles, and hopefully you'll join us for all of that. I'm Robert Fitton, along with
Richard here at Calvin Wazoo.
Craig here at Vinyl Plethoras.
Mike here at Uptowns.
yeah. So go pick up that Bauhaus album, Burning from the Inside, and then
So
send it
good.
to me.
It's so good. My chair's the
Talk to you
squeaky.
next time. He's the guy that already has it. It's ahead
Yeah.
of the curve.